Suyesha, stay with us. Priyanka also continues to be with us. Priyanka, if you can talk to us more about, how the airline has reacted so far, because what we understand that there is no apology that has come in till now by the airlines, by Air India, and also the very fact that Air India cannot really wash its hands off when we talk about how this incident happened when this accused urinated on the co-passenger.
That's exactly what they have tried to do. They have tried to wash their hands off this entire incident. We saw that wishy-washy statement really that had come to light from the CEO as well, who had stated that they will be taking cognizance of this issue, Samiksha. But, before we address that particular point, I believe Harsha is on the ground and she was able to confront the Air India staff officials as well. Let's play out that sequence once and then we'll go back to these updates that we're tracking for our viewers.
Regarding the entire incident, sir,
what will you be asked? Are you the co-pilot?
Sir,
are you the co-pilot? Were you apprised of the matter?
Did you or the crew member? Sir, what exactly? So, sir, you guys did fulfill your duty. You didn't ensure the safety and comfort of the.
Sir, you also vetoed this thing that she wanted to move to another seat. You did not allow her.
Sir, anything you want to say? Are you the co-pilot or the crew member? Can you? Regarding the entire incident, sir,
what will you be asked? Are you the co-pilot?
Sir,
are you the co-pilot? Were you apprised of the matter?
Did you or the crew member? Sir, what exactly? So, sir, you guys did fulfill your duty. You didn't ensure the safety and comfort of the.
Sir, you also vetoed this thing that she wanted to move to another seat. You did not allow her.
Sir, anything you want to say? Are you the co-pilot or the crew member? Can you have your...
And there you have it, viewers. The confrontation sequence that our colleague Harsha has been able to have with the Air India staff that is being called in for questioning. Their statements will be recorded as well. And of course, the investigation is continuing as far as Shankar Mishra is concerned, who has now been arrested after we see a relentless coverage by Republic TV, the impact that we see now where Shankar Mishra has now been arrested. But Samiksha, coming back to what we were speaking about as well, as far as the Air India officials are concerned and the statement that had come out yesterday as well, where they had stated that of course there seems to be some kind of a lapse and that there needs to be a swifter action taken and that the staff needs to be sensitized as far as these kind of incidents are concerned, that they need to report it to the authorities as well. But as of now, there is no absolute apology that has come to light from the Air India staff as far as this horrific incident is concerned. All the statements that have come out from Air India have been very wishy-washy. They have been trying to say that, of course, we will look into the matter, but there's no clear stand that has been taken. It is only after hours of Republic TV's coverage. It was only after Republic TV's hours of coverage that these pilots, co-pilots, crew members, in fact, are also being called in for questioning. Samiksha, and if we could take that question over to Suyesha, who's on the ground and right outside the court, I believe, where the accused will also be produced. Suyesha, if you could also speak to us. We are just playing out these images of a confrontation sequence done by our colleague Harsha of an Air India staff member. We will determine as to who this person really is. But this particular visual also tells us the demeanor of the Air India staff, isn't it, Suyesha? Because from the very beginning, they have completely washed their hands off this entire incident. They have said that they saw the accused and the victim coming to some kind of an agreement, which is why they did not look into it anymore, which is why they did not report it to the authorities as well. But is that really enough, Suyesha? Can they really wash their hands off by saying this, that the victim who had been peed upon, who had been urinated upon, who had been assaulted, now they're saying that she seemed to be okay with the accused having done so?
Is the point, because who do you go to? You can only go to the airline staff. You can only go to the crew that is present on a flight like this. Who do you possibly go to when there are three parties in such a case that are involved, which is the victim, which is the unruly passenger who is obviously behaving in that manner with the victim, and then there is the mediator, that is the airline staff, that is the crew that is present on the flight, and they have to resolve the matter. It is their responsibility to not just resolve the matter, to not just comfort the victim, to not just provide the best possible help, but also to ensure that the matter is reported, also to ensure that such incidents cannot be allowed to let go like this. Also for them to know that if they are trying to save the image of their airline, but they have to address what is important, which is reporting such matters. Because in this particular case, the DGCA had said that while such matters are immediately brought to our notice, and that is as per standard operating procedure of what the airline is supposed to follow, in this particular incident, that had not been done. And this is exactly why the crew on that airline, I beg your pardon, or the crew on that flight, that is being questioned, because what did they do in the spur of the moment? How did they respond to it? The victim here was obviously, first she went through what she went through, and then when she complained, they said that they'll just give her a change of clothes and a change of shoes, and that's what they gave her. After that, she said that she can't sit on that seat, and then they offered her a seat of the crew, and this is when she's flying business class. I'm not saying that business and economy needs to be differentiated between like this, but point is that there is a reason you pay such a hefty amount. And how is the crew possibly behaving? The crew is supposed to ensure that they comfort the victim and they give the best possible help. The remaining 5 hours of the flight, in the end, is when the victim had to sit on the crew member's seat and travel back. And even before that, she was forced to go on to her seat, where she said that I cannot go there. It is reeking of urine. I cannot sit there. And they said, we have no option. She said, please change my seat. Please give me another spare seat. Do something about it, because I cannot sit there. And they said, why we've put a cloth on it, so now you should be able to sit there. And then why didn't they come back and report the matter? Why did they try to broker a deal between the victim and Shankar Mishra in this case? Why did that happen? Why didn't they go about with the procedure as it should have been? So these are the very many questions. That is why the account of the crew is now being taken. That is why the pilot, the co-pilot, the crew members
Right.
on the flight are being questioned.